Alright, I just finished my first day of deer hunting in Kansas ever. I grew up in southwest Montana and I just moved here 2 months ago, and I was pretty excited to get out and hunt. I've been doing a lot of Google Earth mapping. I've been looking at those walk-in hunting areas that the Kansas has. And I've done quite a bit of scouting, and from what I've seen, most of the deer you're going to see or be around are going to be around crop fields. They're going to be around troughs and things like that. Today I walked into a place about 1.5 miles into a walk-in area in southwest Kansas. I got up on the highest point there is. It's pretty flat here, so you don't have a lot to look forward to. And I got to a spot where there was quite a few bluffs and draws leading up to this one point, and I figured the deer would walk up in there. There's some lakes around where I was at and some troughs, and so I was hoping that the deer would maybe eat some of the corn, and then some of the bucks or something like that would walk up into the hills. That didn't happen. Growing up in southwest Montana, that's a lot of times what happens, is they'll eat out of the alfalfa fields, grain fields, and they'll go find a high spot, a shady spot to go lay down in. So I think that if you want to come hunt southwest Kansas, don't expect to be doing that. Nothing came out of the fields last night before the season opener. I was driving around doing some scouting, and every deer I saw was next to a cornfield, a milo field, or a soybean field. And I think that they just hang out in there. I talked to a couple people, and they say that those deer will just lay down in those fields and eat corn all day long. And then when the pivots come over the top of them, they'll drink the water. Where I'm at, there aren't any pivots, but there is one stream next to the corn. So I think that they're just going down into the corn at night, getting a drink, and then going back in. It's pretty windy here, if you don't know. It's predominantly a south wind blowing north. So if you're coming to hunt Kansas, be looking forward to that. Kind of understand what's going on. Very few days if I had it where it's blowing from the north down to the south, so I've had to plan my hunts a little bit differently. I think that for the remainder of September I will try and find a trough to go hunt by, but next to a crop field, maybe where it's a little bit drier. I will not hunt the walk-in hunting area for the rest of September, or any of them probably. Maybe I'll try them out in October. I'll give you kind of an update. If you have any questions about southwest Kansas or hunting, give me a shout out. There's not a whole lot here. There's not much sagebrush, depending on where you're at. Where I was at today, it was mostly just bluffs. I was hoping to find a deer, watch it bed down, and then I could sneak in on him. It's pretty good sneaking. The ground here is pretty quiet compared to the west, I would say. So when I do find deer, it shouldn't be that hard to get in on them.